Is hypnosis real? It's a question we're often asked, and you'll see it come up on the internet, on websites, and even on forums. Absolutely it is. It's a genuine psychological process that you create in yourself, either by yourself, this would be self-hypnosis, or with a hypnotist hypnotizing you. Either way, you are the key part of it. It's something that you do to yourself. We're also asked, is there any evidence of hypnosis? Well, yes. If you wanted to have a look at somebody connected up to an EEG machine or going through an MRI scanner, you can see that the brain has a distinct way of demonstrating this particular state of being in hypnosis. Now, of course, this is also influenced by whatever you're getting the hypnotized person to do, whether they're imagining something, not imagining something, so deleting an experience like anesthesia or analgesia, whether they're visualizing something, whether they're creating a sensation. So there's going to be different brain activity, but you can generally tell the difference between somebody meditating and somebody in hypnosis. One of the reasons that people may ask, is hypnosis real, is that the field of hypnosis is incredibly diverse, with a wide number of applications, from sport hypnosis to hypnobirthing to entertainment hypnosis to clinical use and hypnotherapy for the standard things like weight management, smoking cessation and confidence enhancement. And because of this diversity, there are so many different definitions about what hypnosis is. We will often use from a therapeutic perspective that it's a focused state of attention where you're more able to focus on making beneficial change. Now, that wouldn't be very appealing from an entertainment perspective, where it's more about a reduction of inhibitions and more able to engage in an active process. Now, another reason why we can say that hypnosis is real is because we know that it is a natural part of our everyday experience. We go through what can be perceived as a hypnotic state between being awake and going to sleep. However, the one we're more likely to notice is that wonderful floaty, drifty state between being asleep and awake, that moment where the alarm hasn't sounded and you're feeling comfortable yet not fully alert and with your critical mind evaluating things. Another really good one is driving. If you're a car driver, perhaps you'll be able to relate to this because you may have driven a regular route time and time again, maybe a route to work, a familiar workplace. And then one day you get there and you think, hang on a minute, how did I get here? Did I go through any red lights? No, you wouldn't have, because a part of your mind was working on the practicalities of being a driver, and your other part of your mind was off doing something else, perhaps thinking about what you were going to have for dinner or your duties at work. And this is sometimes called highway hypnosis, where your conscious mind is doing one thing and your subconscious mind is able to engage in something else. And we can utilize that ability within therapeutic hypnosis very, very effectively. Just being in hypnosis is not deemed as therapeutic, although it can feel really good. And people just being in hypnosis can come out thinking that they've had a refreshing break. However, it's the therapeutic applications that really then make it hypnotherapy, because you're applying therapeutic processes and protocols together with hypnosis to more effectively elicit change and gain insight. One of the things that often crops up on discussions about hypnosis and its reality is the fact that many hypnotic phenomena can be achieved outside of hypnosis as well. A really good example is that of pain management. Now, out of hypnosis, if you get a paper cut, your mind can ignore that for a while. And actually, I'm sure you've worked out for yourself that if you've got toothache or you're feeling poorly and you get lost, absorbed in a movie, you can sometimes forget that discomfort. Well, as we know, hypnosis is a greater form of absorption. So for pain management perspectives, you're far better able to alter that pain signal and reinterpret it in a way that's more comfortable for you. Another really fascinating phenomena with hypnosis is something called hypomnesia. And this is the opposite in a way of amnesia, it's enhanced recall. Now, you might like to think back to an amazing holiday you had a few years ago, and you'll probably remember the broad brushstrokes, the highlights. However, in hypnosis, you are better able to access the finer details, and you may find that in the hypnotic state, you're able to remember the colour of the beach lounger, or the pattern on the beach towels, or even maybe the name of the aircrew who served you the most wonderful meal on your flight out there. This level of enhanced detail is a phenomenon that's particularly associated with hypnosis. So there are a lot of phenomena associated with hypnosis. However, there are also an awful lot of myths associated with hypnosis as well. And these myths can cause doubt as to whether hypnosis is real. One of the myths that I hear a lot is that people expect to black out in hypnosis, to be almost in another dimension, to not feel their body, as though they were fast asleep or in a coma. Hypnosis isn't like that. It's a focused state of attention where, yes, you may feel relaxed, but you may feel even more alert, even more focused. You certainly won't be blacked out. Another myth that's very common is that people think that hypnosis is mind control. So they will have doubts as to whether hypnosis is real if you're not sitting there controlling and reprogramming their mind with them as a passive recipient to the process. I'm sure you already know by now that hypnosis is a collaborative process. It takes two people to do this, or yourself as the self-hypnotic subject, of course. It certainly isn't mind control. So the hypnosis that comes across in movies, perhaps with the horror figure hypnotising a subject to walk around in a zombie-like trance, that's not real. The hypnosis that we use within hypnotherapy is certainly very real, as are the benefits that the clients can achieve from it. And on that topic of clients, hypnosis is very subjective. Session to session, it's likely to feel different. You remember right at the start, I said it's not just the hypnotic state, it's the purpose that you use that for. Well, if you're working with a client on confidence, they're likely to come out of a session feeling confident. Yet the next session, your focus might be on better sleep or greater relaxation. And they're more likely to experience a different type of session because your focus for that session is completely different. So from session to session, hypnosis is subjective. And as it is an interpersonal collaboration, the hypnotist and client collaboration is likely to influence the experience for the client. So if they work with one person, it's likely to feel one way, and work with somebody else, they may get a different outcome. The best ways to experience good hypnosis is either to have a session with a qualified hypnotherapist or to use a good quality MP3 recording and learn self-hypnosis for yourself. So is hypnosis real? That's an easy answer. Yes, hypnosis has been around a very long while and it has a very strong future because it is real. Thank you for watching.